Istanbul Book Fair by TUYAP Fairs started 35 years ago and it has about 500,000 visitors every year. The guest of honor is Germany. It will be represented by 30 publishers. Reimar Volker from the Goethe Institute is here to discuss the details. Thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much for having me.
So the fair starts on the 12th of November and will last until the 20th. Can you tell us about Germany's participation?
Yes, well, basically it's, well, as you might know, Turkey was the guest of honor at the 2008 Frankfurt Book Fair. So this is the reciprocal invitation that we were very happy to take. And the Goethe Institute, together with the Foreign Office, the Federal Foreign Office and the Frankfurt Book Fair, are putting together an event, putting together a whole event which includes about 35 readings, talks, presentations over a period of 4 days, as you mentioned before.
I was actually going to ask that
I'm
question
so sorry.
because
okay,
no,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. Frankfurt Book Fair, I was going to say we were the guest, Turkey was the guest of honor.
Right.
So the collaboration between Germany and Turkey culturally, is it getting stronger?
I certainly think so. I think the book fair in general is a catalyst. It brings countries together, it exposes and presents culture, literature, and opens a window, as it were. I think the 2008 guest country event by Turkey brought a lot of Turkish literature to Germans and opened a completely new perspective. So I think since then a lot's happened culturally, also to do with literature and poetry and what a book fair usually incurs.
So the motto is Worte bewegen, which we could translate to maybe moving words or effect of words, I think.
Yeah.
Why is that motto?
Well, it's a play on words. I think it's moving words, sort of physically moving words, but also moving words emotionally, as you said. So I think it just underlines the importance and the power and of words as a means of communication and as a means of transporting culture.
So looking at Germany, like you said, actually, 3 million Turkish people live there. And although integration has always been a problem in politics, we can say food, music, culture has brought diversity, actually. So in literature, since the 70s, there are Turkish origin writers. How has it influenced the German literature and also the readers in Germany?
Well, there are different levels of literature, of course. There's literature, as we know, through Turkish writers, Orhan Pamuk or Elif Shafak, who are very popular and very successful in Germany. But there's a whole new generation of Turks who've grown up in Germany or may have become Germans, and they've found a new voice in literature and film. So there's been a very strong impact through their immersion, but also there's a very interesting sort of element of cross-fertilization between the cultures.
So from the book fair, any panels or discussions that will stand out in your liking?
Well, it's a very, very diverse section. We have an event on Europe, for example, on different perspectives of Europe, a very important topic, not only for Turkey, but also for Europe, for Germany. We have something on the importance of freedom of speech and artistic freedom. I think that's certainly going to stand out as one of the important projects and events.
So looking also at Goethe Institute, you have about 90 offices around the world, and the first ones to open was in Turkey. Why did you choose Turkey exactly?
Well, actually, if you'll allow me to correct you, we are in 90 countries and we have more than 160 offices. No, it's quite an impressive number, I think. Germany and Turkey have always had very, very strong relations, and you're right, the Goethe Institute was founded in the early 1950s, and only a few years later the offices were, the institutes were opened in Ankara, Izmir, and a bit later in Istanbul. It has the guest workers that came to Germany to work there, that happened a few years later, but by and large I think Germany and Turkey have always had very, very strong relations. They date back to the 1930s and 40s, if not even earlier, because Turkey took in so many German refugees and artists and academics who sought refuge here, and I think we owe a lot to Turkey for that reason. So that's why there's a very strong emotional bond between Germany and Turkey that started so early.
Thank you, Reimar Volker, for being with us today.
Thank you very much.